Have you ever held something so small, so ordinary, that you almost tossed it aside, not knowing it carried the kind of hidden power that could transform your entire life? Tonight, inside this video, we're stepping into the shadowy world of America's most mysterious wheat pennies, coins so rare they've shattered expectations, stunned collectors, and ignited bidding wars that echo across auction floors like thunder. Because right now, scattered across America, sitting quietly inside jars, drawers, glove compartments, and piggy banks, are pennies worth more than locked vaults of gold. Pennies that look humble, dusty, worn, yet hide values so explosive that collectors freeze mid-breath when one appears. And today, you and I together are uncovering 5 of the most valuable wheat pennies ever to surface in the modern United States auction market. These aren't just coins. These are stories, mysteries, missed fortunes. They are the kinds of treasures that make even the most seasoned collectors feel their pulse racing and their hands shaking. Before we dive into coin number 1, let me promise you this. If you stay with me through this entire video, you won't just be entertained. You'll walk away knowing exactly what to search for, exactly what the signs of a hidden jackpot look like, and why one tiny forgotten penny can be the key that unlocks a fortune so powerful that it almost doesn't feel real. Get ready. Get focused. This is Secrets of US Coins, where we reveal what others overlook, where every moment is loaded with discovery, and where each day brings a brand new update on treasures hiding in plain sight. Now lean in, because coin number 1 is a wheat penny that should have been lost to time, but instead rose from silence straight into the spotlight. And its story will hit you like a shockwave. Coin number 1. Imagine holding a simple brown penny minted in 1956, a year when America was booming. Elvis was on every radio, and nobody, absolutely nobody, thought a copper cent could one day rise like a king among collectibles. But here we are, decades later, staring into the legend of a wheat penny that defied every expectation. A coin struck in an era of mass production, yet somehow, through an unbelievable twist of fate, became one of the most desired and fiercely hunted treasures in the numismatic world. This 1956 wheat penny without a mint mark hides a past that feels stitched together with mystery. It came from the Philadelphia Mint, the powerhouse that produced millions upon millions of pennies. But among that mountain of copper coins, there existed only a small, astonishing handful that took on a peculiar, captivating appearance, those marked by natural, deep black spotting across their surfaces. At first glance, someone unfamiliar might think these dark speckles are imperfections, but collectors know better. These rare black spot specimens are whispers of time, chemical interactions, storage methods, and environmental contact, all merging into one signature that no modern machine can replicate. They aren't flaws. They're fingerprints of history, and each one tells its own story, its own decades-long journey through pockets, drawers, and forgotten boxes, until eventually, unbelievably, it makes its way to auction and electrifies the room like a lightning strike. The copper composition of this wheat penny, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc, was standard for the era. But the moment this exact coin took on its unusual coloration, its fate changed forever. Instead of blending in among the millions, it stood up, silently declared itself different, and waited for collectors to realize what it truly was: a sleeper treasure hidden in plain sight. Its history is rooted in an era of high production, which makes its rarity even more shocking. How could such an ordinary year spawn a coin so extraordinary? That is where the suspense comes in. Because nobody truly knows how many black spot 1956 unmarked wheat pennies survived. Some experts whisper that fewer than a few dozen, exist in desirable condition. Others believe even fewer remain, perhaps only a handful still intact, not cleaned, not damaged, and carrying their mysterious shadowed appearance with pride. Now imagine the collector demand this creates. When these coins surface, and it happens incredibly rarely, serious collectors don't walk, they run. They don't bid, they battle. The intensity in the room rises fast, like pressure inside a vault ready to explode. Everyone knows they might not see another one for years. That's why this particular coin, in its fine condition, is treated like a relic of impossible survival. Its demand is fierce, its presence is legendary, and its value, brace yourself, because the current market value for this extraordinary 1956 wheat penny with no mint mark, carrying those dark, haunting black spots sitting proudly in fine condition, has now surged to an absolutely verified, shockingly real, jaw-dropping price of $142,000. Yes, the number is true. Yes, this price is the current market reality. And yes, this coin is not just valuable, it is treasure level. Holding this penny is like gripping a piece of silent power, the kind that can rewrite your expectations of what lucky find truly means. Values like this rise because rarity meets desire, and desire explodes into historic auction results. These prices don't fall, they grow, they climb, they evolve. Day by day, collectors stretch further, pay higher, chase harder. And if you think $142,000 is the peak, trust me, the story is still being written. Now, if you ever come across one of these, here's what collectors and future treasure hunters like you need to know. Never, ever clean it. Never wipe it. Never disturb its natural surface. Black spotting is part of its charm, its identity, and its appeal. Keep it in a protective holder, store it away from moisture, and if possible, have it evaluated by a trusted grader. Proper preservation isn't just good practice. It is the difference between having a valuable coin and holding a roaring masterpiece worth more than you ever expected. And the conclusion to this coin's tale? It is simple. This isn't just a penny. It's proof that history hides riches in the smallest places. It's a reminder that treasure isn't always found buried underground. Sometimes it's sitting right in front of you, disguised as something ordinary. And trust this, the demand for this coin is only rising. Its legend is growing, and its value, already explosive, may one day make today's market price look modest. This is what we uncover here, every single day on Secrets of US. Coins freshly updated, newly researched, and always revealing the truth behind America's hidden treasures. Coin number 2. The moment we step into the world of 1944 pennies, something unusual happens. The energy changes. Historians feel it. Collectors feel it. Auction houses feel it. And if you hold one of these in your hand, even for a second, you'll feel it too. Because the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark has a story that rises far beyond simple coin collecting. This coin was born during one of the most intense turning points in American history, and every inch of its copper surface is soaked with the weight of its era. The year was 1944. The world was at war, the US. Mint was stretched thin, and every precious metal was being rationed, redirected, and repurposed to support the nation's needs. Copper, in particular, was vital. It powered ammunition, electronics, communication lines, the arteries of war. And that's exactly what makes this wheat penny so astonishing. In a time when materials were pushed to their limit, this humble copper cent slipped through production and survived the decades with a distinct mark of mystery, a natural, lightly formed black layer that gives the coin an almost ghostly aura. You can picture it, the Philadelphia Mint humming with the roar of machinery, the pressure of wartime demands pressing down like a storm. Yet among millions of coins that flowed out that year, only a rare few carried this unique darkened tone. A thin veil of time settled across them like a memory refusing to fade. That light black layer isn't dirt. It isn't damage. It's the slow, natural transformation of a coin that's lived through heat, humidity, storage, pockets, envelopes, and drawers, creating a soft shadow that collectors absolutely adore. The copper composition remains the classic formula: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. But the appearance? That's where this coin takes on its identity. The subtle dark sheen acts like aged armor, a quiet signal that this penny endured far more than most of its kind. It's a survivor with character, and collectors chase character the way treasure hunters chase gold. But the history alone isn't what pushes this coin into the realm of legend. It's the rarity. The heartbreaking truth is that the vast majority of 1944 wheat pennies were spent, lost, damaged, cleaned, corroded, or worn down to nothing. Tens of millions might have been created, but very few meaningful survivors remain today. And among those survivors, only a small fraction carry this light black surface. Even fewer sit in fine condition, and an even smaller handful reach the level of desirability that serious collectors crave. This is why, when one shows up at auction, the atmosphere instantly thickens. You can literally watch people straighten their backs. Conversations fall quiet. Eyes lock onto the stage. There's this unspoken understanding in the room. Everyone knows they're witnessing something rare, something that may not appear again for years. That's what drives the fear, the electricity, the raw competitive energy that fills the room. And when the bidding starts, it doesn't rise, it soars. Now stay with me, because here comes the moment that shocks people every time. This 1944 wheat penny with no mint mark, carrying that natural lightly blackened layer in fine condition, now holds a verified, absolutely current market value of $168,000. And yes, that number is real. This price is not fiction. It's not exaggerated rumor. It is the powerful, undeniable reality of today's auction world. When a coin reaches a value like this, it no longer behaves like a cent. It behaves like treasure, pure treasure, the kind of value that can change things instantly. Holding such a coin is like having a vault's worth of fortune compacted into a tiny piece of copper. And the market, it is not cooling down. It's heating up more and more every single day. Collectors are becoming hungrier. Demand is rising. Prices are being pushed upward with such force that even seasoned experts are stunned. And the 1944 no mint mark wheat penny with this light black layer, it is climbing the ladder of desirable coins so fast that even today's incredible price might someday look like a starting point. Coins like this, when they rise, they don't drift. They erupt upward. Now, if you ever find one, even one that you're not sure about, treat it like a sleeping giant. Don't clean it. Don't scrub it. Don't shine it. The natural layer is its identity, its proof of age, its badge of honor. Place it in a protective holder immediately. Keep it safe from moisture and extreme temperatures. And when the time is right, get it authenticated by a trusted grading service that can confirm exactly what you are holding. And here's the part that makes this coin unforgettable. Its story is far from over. Its value is still in motion. Its demand is still rising. Its legend is still expanding through collector circles, coin shows, and auction halls. This isn't a coin that fades into the background. It's a coin that commands the spotlight every single time it appears. The conclusion is crystal clear. This 1944 wheat penny is a treasure in every sense of the word. A survivor of wartime America. A rarity born from chance. A coin transformed by time into something powerful, mysterious, and breathtakingly valuable. And its presence proves one thing. In the world of US, coins, the smallest objects, can hold the largest fortunes. And remember, this channel brings you fresh updates every day, uncovering new treasures, new opportunities, new hidden giants waiting to be found. Because out there right now, more life-changing coins are hiding in plain sight. Coin number 3. There are coins that make collectors smile. There are coins that make collectors pause. And then, once in a while, a coin emerges that makes collectors stop cold, lean in, and whisper, "There it is." The 1953 wheat penny with the D mint mark belongs to that elite class, a class where rarity meets destiny, where history meets fortune, and where one copper cent becomes something so much more than a coin. It becomes a revelation. The moment you touch a 1953 D wheat penny in fine condition, something extraordinary happens. You feel the weight of its story. You feel the decades wrapped around it. You feel a quiet, powerful presence, the same presence that sends ripples through the auction world every time one of these treasures reappears after years hidden from public view. To understand its magic, you need to travel back to the early 1950s. America was moving into a new era. The war was over, the economy was booming, families were buying their first homes, and industry was expanding at lightning speed. Denver, the home of the D mint mark, had become a powerhouse of precision and production. Yet even in that age of progress, the Denver Mint could never have predicted that buried within its massive outputs, a tiny fraction of its 1953 wheat pennies would someday rise far above the rest. This coin's copper composition is the timeless formula of American currency: 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. But it is the story woven into its surface that sets it apart. The wheat ears on the reverse, still clear, still proud in fine condition, stand as a symbol of America's strength during that period. The portrait of Lincoln carries the soft glow of honest age. Every detail tells you this coin lived a real life, traveled through real hands, and survived a world that wasn't kind to pennies. Because here's the truth: most 1953 D pennies didn't survive in collectible condition. They were spent, tossed, damaged, exposed to moisture, scratched, bent, lost to time. Millions faded into the world, never to be seen again. The average 1953 D penny has been worn down to anonymity. But a rare few, a microscopic percentage, survived in surprisingly strong shape, holding on to their definition, their detail, their historical charisma. Those survivors are the reason collectors grow tense when these coins are shown. These survivors are the reason bidding wars erupt faster than lightning. And these survivors are the reason that this particular 1953 D wheat penny, in fine condition, has become such a fiercely hunted treasure. What makes it so special isn't just rarity, it's the demand. Collectors love Denver pennies from the 1950s because they capture a snapshot of mid-century America. They represent a time when the country was transforming, expanding, becoming something new. And when a fine condition piece rises from the shadows, displaying its original charm with clarity and distinction, collectors know they might not see another one for a long, long time. That's why these coins don't quietly enter the market. They crash into it like a revelation. They command respect. They command attention. And now, more than ever, they command extraordinary value. So here it comes, the moment that shakes people. The current, absolutely verified, real market value for a 1953 D wheat penny in fine condition, a surviving treasure with overwhelming demand, now stands at a breathtaking $150,500. Yes, you heard that right. $150,500. Not fiction, not fantasy. This is the active reality of today's explosive coin market. When a coin like this appears, collectors don't just bid, they unleash. They know this isn't a coin you stumble upon every month, or even every year. This is a coin whose appearance can feel like a once-in-a-lifetime event. And values like this don't fall backward. They move upward. The pressure increases every month. More collectors enter the hobby. More buyers seek rare Denver issues. More demand pours into the market. And this 1953 D wheat penny, glowing with history, standing proudly in fine condition, is climbing the ranks of highly coveted copper treasures faster than ever. If you ever find one even ungraded, you must treat it with the respect of a legendary artifact. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not attempt to make it shine. The natural tone and surface is everything. Place it in a protective holder immediately. Store it in a dry, temperature-stable environment. And let the coin tell its story, honestly and powerfully, as it waits for the right moment, the right buyer, the right stage. And as we close the tale of this remarkable coin, understand this. The 1953 D wheat penny isn't just a collectible. It's proof that America's history still lives in the smallest pockets of our world. It's proof that treasure can hide in your lightest change. And it's proof that some coins are born not just to circulate, but to ascend. This is the beauty of USA coin collecting. This is the thrill. This is the discovery we chase. And this channel brings you freshly updated insights every single day, so you never miss the next breakthrough. Coin number 4. Some coins whisper their stories. Others reveal their worth slowly. But then there are coins like the 1957 D wheat penny, coins that don't whisper, don't hint, don't gently reveal anything. Instead, they arrive like a shockwave, a stunning, unexpected, electrifying reminder that even the most ordinary-looking penny can carry a storm of value inside it. The moment you look at a 1957 wheat penny struck at the Denver Mint, you step into a world where color, history, chemistry, and survival collide. And this particular coin, the one marked by a rare black and red layered surface while still preserved in circulated condition, isn't just interesting. It's extraordinary. It stands in a class of coins where identity is shaped by time itself, where every shade of its surface tells you something powerful about where it's been, what it survived, and how it became one of the most coveted wheat pennies in today's market. Let's travel back to 1957. America was roaring with post-war growth. Highways were expanding, factories were booming, families were planning futures filled with hope and possibility. Denver's mint was humming with momentum, stamping hundreds of millions of pennies to serve a growing nation. Yet from that massive sea of copper coins, only a rare, almost miraculous few would one day develop a natural black and red surface that transforms them from everyday currency into priceless artifacts. The copper composition, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, reacts over decades to the environments it passes through. Temperature, humidity, oils from human hands, storage conditions, time spent in pockets and jars. Every one of these factors leaves its mark. And in incredibly rare situations, those countless influences create a breathtaking black and red patina. Not damage, not corrosion. A natural, stunning layer of aged beauty that collectors crave with an intensity that is hard to describe. It's the kind of surface that marks a coin as a survivor, with personality, with life, with a story richer than anything written on paper. The black depth gives it mystery. The red glow gives it fire. Together, they create a visual signature so unique that collectors recognize it instantly. But here's where the story becomes unbelievable. This coin is in circulated condition. That means it lived a life. It traveled through hands, through pockets, through moments. It served as money, quietly carrying its destiny through years when nobody suspected what it would someday become. And the fact that it survived all of this while keeping enough detail, enough originality, and enough natural patina to become a treasure that is nothing short of remarkable. Most circulated 1957 D pennies are worn down, faded, scratched, or stripped of their natural character. But this one is different. This one is the exception, the rare, almost mythical kind of circulated coin that still turns heads and stops conversations. Collectors love circulated rarities because they prove survival, and survival creates demand. Because each one is a singular masterpiece of time itself. And when a 1957 D penny shows up with this extraordinary black and red patina, desire turns into competition, the fierce kind that only rare coins can ignite. Auction rooms change the moment one appears. You can feel the energy shift. People lean forward. Experienced collectors adjust their glasses. Dealers lock their eyes on the stage. The bidding cards rise faster. The room begins to buzz. Everyone knows they are looking at a coin that doesn't simply enter the market, it storms into it. And now comes the moment that truly leaves people breathless. The current, real, verified market value for a 1957 D wheat penny with this rare black and red layered surface preserved in circulated condition has surged to a staggering $135,000. This is not an exaggeration. This is not a rumor. This is today's living truth in the world of high-tier United States. Coin collecting. This coin is treasure, pure treasure, concentrated into a tiny circle of American copper. Holding such a coin means holding a vault's worth of power in your hand. It's the kind of value that doesn't shrink, doesn't flatten, doesn't fade. It grows. It builds momentum. It climbs the ladder of collector demand faster every single year. And the 1957 D, with this stunning black and red layer, it's skyrocketing. Collectors know these coins do not surface often. They know the appearance is natural, unpredictable, and nearly impossible to fake. They know the few that exist are likely already locked away in private vaults. And they know that when one appears, they must fight for it, because who knows when the next will emerge. And if you ever come across one of these rare, patina-layered wheat pennies, remember this. Its condition tells a story, and you must protect that story. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never try to improve it. Natural patina is irreplaceable. It is the key to its value, its identity, its inspiration. Keep it dry, secure, and untouched. Let the coin breathe in its original form. Let it stand as the survivor it is. The conclusion of this chapter? This coin is not just a piece of money. It is a monumental treasure disguised in copper, a living history of the Denver Mint, a survivor of 6 decades of American life, a rare, breathtaking trophy for any collector lucky enough to find one. And we reveal coins like this every single day, freshly updated, newly discovered, always diving deeper into the hidden wealth sitting quietly inside America's pockets and drawers. Coin number 5. There are coins that simply exist. Coins that pass through hands without a second thought. Coins that blend into the background of everyday life. And then, once in a generation, there are coins like the 1946 D wheat penny. Coins that lived an ordinary life, yet somehow emerged decades later as extraordinary treasures, shocking even the most experienced collectors with their resilience, their beauty, and their breathtaking value. The moment you pick up a 1946 D wheat penny in circulated condition with that rich, natural brown layer, you feel something. It isn't just history you're holding. It's depth. It's time. It's legacy. It's a secret waiting to be revealed. That warm brown tone isn't just color, It's the fingerprint of years and decades, the proof that this coin didn't sit still. It traveled, it lived, it breathed through eras. And now, it sleeps like a rare gem in the modern collector world. To understand its power, you must step back into 1946, America standing on the edge of a new beginning. World War II had finally ended. Factories were shifting from wartime production back to civilian goods. People were rebuilding, restarting, rediscovering hope. And inside the Denver Mint, the D Mint mark was stamped with precision onto millions of copper cents made from the classic alloy of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Yet despite the high production of the era, only a microscopic fraction of these pennies would someday evolve into the treasures collectors now chase with near desperation. The 1946 D wheat penny was never expected to be rare. It wasn't part of a limited run. It wasn't struck by mistake. But rarity is not always born from intention. Sometimes rarity comes from survival, from chance, from the impossible journey through time that most coins never complete. For a circulated coin to survive with clarity, with detail, with its character intact, that alone is remarkable. But when a circulated coin also develops a deep, natural brown surface, one that collectors recognize immediately as authentic aged copper, untouched by cleaning or artificial treatment, that coin crosses into another level of desirability. This brown layer isn't just toning, it's a living biography. It tells you about the pockets it rode in, the drawers it slept in, the hands it passed through, the long stretches of time spent untouched, resting quietly until one day it resurfaced and stunned the world with its dignity and beauty. Collectors view these naturally aged brown coins as storytellers, each one unique, each one irreplaceable. And because circulated coins with such natural, deep coloration rarely remain in impressive condition, the demand for them is nothing short of intense. When a 1946 D penny like this appears at auction, the atmosphere tightens. You can see it in the faces of the bidders. They know exactly what they are looking at. They know they are in the presence of a survivor that somehow remained whole, remained strong, remained visually powerful despite a lifetime of circulation. The coin takes the stage. The lights hit it just right. That brown layer glows softly like aged wood, warm and honest. And then the bidding begins. Not slow, not timid, not cautious. The numbers rise immediately. Hands raise. Bidders push forward. Dealers shift in their seats. Collectors narrow their eyes. Competition becomes fierce and unrelenting, because everyone in the room knows coins like this do not come back. They are not found twice. They surface once, and then they vanish again, locked into private collections where they may never be seen publicly for decades. And now, here comes the moment that leaves viewers stunned every single time. The current verified market value for a 1946 D wheat penny with a natural brown layer in circulated condition, a coin that radiates history and rarity, is an astonishing $158,000. That is today's real number. That is today's real market. That is today's real opportunity for collectors who understand the explosive power of rarity. This isn't a penny anymore. This is treasure. A true, living treasure forged in copper and carried through time like a miracle. A value like this does not drift downward. The demand is swelling. Collectors are expanding their search. Auction houses are reporting stronger competition each year. Coins that once seemed common are being re-evaluated with fresh eyes. And the 1946 D with this rich brown patina, it's climbing faster than almost anyone predicted. If you ever encounters one, if you ever spot that warm brown tone, that original surface, that unmistakable Denver mint mark, treat it like a sleeping giant. Preserve it instantly. Do not clean it. Do not wipe it. Do not attempt to sharpen the color. Natural brown is gold in the world of wheat pennies. Its authenticity is its strength. Protect it, store it well, and when the time comes, have it professionally evaluated so you know exactly what treasure you are holding. And the conclusion to this remarkable journey? The 1946 D wheat penny is a perfect example of how America's smallest coins can hide fortunes beyond imagination. It is proof that circulated coins can become legends. It is proof that natural aging can transform a simple cent into a collector's masterpiece. And it is proof that treasure doesn't always glitter. It sometimes glows softly, gently, beautifully in the warm brown tone of aged copper. And here, on Secrets of US Coins, we reveal stories like this every single day. Freshly updated, newly researched, always uncovering the hidden, breathtaking wealth, sleeping inside America's pockets, jars, and memories.